And as if it's going to let me. We will see. Well, hello everyone. I know that I'm like 1 minute early, but that's okay. Um, I am going to give everything a few minutes for people to come in and visit. Um, I worked on these yesterday, and I'm going to cover them with some Mod Podge. It's it's just a little chore that has to get done. Um, I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. It's Sunday today. It's kind of overcast. Hi, Linda. How are you? I do want to apologize for last week and not streaming, and I'm going to already warn you that this week might be rough because I know for a fact that my internet is not what it should be. And when I talked to them last night, they told me it will be July 23rd before they get it fixed, which I think is ridiculous. But hi, Nashua. Um, I got a text message this morning that said that they already had it fixed, but I also know that it's not. So the technician I talked to last night said that it's a big problem in our area, and it's going to be the 23rd of July before they fix it. So I'm not counting on it. Thanks, Linda. It will probably mean buffering throughout the stream. I just hope that that's all it means. It's always hard when things buffer and everybody loses consistency, but I'm supposed to have an upload speed of about 10, and last night it was 1.4. So that's just not good. Hi, Mina. I'm just doing some kind of like chore work this morning. I'm just getting these covered with some Mod Podge. They're just going to be little notebooks, and I'm just covering them with Mod Podge to so that they'll be protected. They'll be like tiny journals or purse journals or whatever you want to call them. And I always just put a layer of Mod Podge on them when they're Hi, Susan. Hi, Lisa. You need to finish getting lunch. Okay. Your head's already spinning. Well, Linda, maybe this will be relaxing. Oh, I forgot to turn the focus off on my camera. Of course, I would forget something. Give me 1 second to clean up, and then I'll go get that turned off so that it doesn't bounce us all over the place. Hi, Patricia and Joyce. Julie, I don't know. To get up that's early, I'm not sure. Let's see here. Camera. I need the camera. Of course, I can't see what y'all are saying when I'm looking for the camera either. So there we go. There, now it should stop bouncing. Oops, but I lost y'all. Yeah, Julie. Hello, Julie. And I don't know. I think that might be a little bit. I don't know. Definitely not something I'd be doing. But then I'm often awake at that time, so I don't know why I don't get up. If I wake up in the night, I stay awake for a long time. I just can't seem to. I don't go to sleep easy, anyways. Oops. So Oh, there. I got one more ready to do that too, so we'll get it done. In my recliner. Yay. Julie, I didn't stream last week, so you didn't miss anything. I just needed to work last week. It was just one of those times where if you don't work, you know, if you don't work, you don't get paid. So I just really needed to work last week. Lisa and I have cut back, so that's helping some, but last week just seemed like I just was not getting things accomplished the way I needed to. So and when you work for yourself, it's always been very easy for me to do, but it seems like it's getting harder to accomplish. But then I've always treated it like a job, like I went to work like everybody else, and I worked of course, I usually worked more hours than most people work at a job. But lately it just seems like that's not happening so easily. So, hi, Candy and Teresa and Janet. Hi, Janet, dear. I'm so glad you guys are all here. There, that little bit of that little chore is done. So see, got that done. So Jeff, yeah, I think you better go get my baby plants. If you could see the sky, you would too. Will you also turn the air conditioner down 1 degree? Yeah. I have baby itty bitty tomatoes. They're about that tall. And I put them outside so that they could have some sunshine bath this morning. And it's not been really sunny, but if it rains, they'll be destroyed. So oh, Janet, it's been hot here. One day last week, Jeff come in. He had to go get some blood work drawn, so he had gone really early in the morning. He come in, and it was only 8:30 in the morning. He said, "I don't think I'm going out to do your mom's yard." It was 8:30 in the morning, and the heat index was 102. So it only goes up from there. I think we're going to work on our tiny journal first. I know Lisa is fixing lunch, but she'll catch up. Oh dear, where is my little journal? Come here, come here, come here. There it is. There's my little journal. We'll turn it to something fun. There we go. Now, do we have any stuffs in here? We got some stuff. Oh, what's in this bag? Let's see what's in this envelope. Teresa, yeah. Well, I don't have to go outside to test the theory. I can pretty much guarantee it's hot out there. Uh-huh. Okay, there's quite a bit of stuffs in here. So this is just stuff I pick up off my table. So I'm just gonna pull it out and we'll find some pieces in it to do something with, okay? Who else gonna play along in there? Hi, Becky, in their little journal today. Thank you, Jeffrey. He brought my babies in. I have some odd kinds of tomatoes planted in pots for right now until I can transplant them out. I have green zebra tomatoes. Linda's going to play. Becky's working on lunch and dinner. I understand that. Patricia's going to play. I could show you my tomatoes. They're on my desk. I'll be back. Oh, that's marigolds. I always plant marigolds with my tomatoes because that helps to keep the bugs away. My peppers haven't come up yet. I've got lilac bells and red marconis. These are sweet banana type pepper. Something Jeff wanted. Teresa's gonna play, but this is a green zebra. It's actually ripe when it's green like that. I'm hoping that they'll be nice and hard like green tomatoes are. We'll see. These are tomatoes that are good for heat right now. And since this is the fall garden, we have to do that. This is supposed to really work well in the heat. So we'll see. And this is a Cherokee Purple, which is a southern style tomato. These are all heirloom brands kind of thing. But I was hunting things that you start in July. So that was the Candy, they came from Baker Creek. They're an heirloom, yeah, and the well, I showed in my Happy Meal video. But this is the seed company, Baker Creek. Let's see. Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. And they're out of, a lot of things that the Scott's doing the brakes on his car. Jeff did not feel well last night. 122. Oof. Yeah, when it's hot all night and gets hot like that, it's just ridiculous. But Candy, yeah, I think the packages are just gorgeous. Of course, they still have a lot of seeds in them because I didn't plant but just a little bit of anything. Let's put those right there. It is going to rain again today. So, okay, let's find a page. Barbara's going to look through her. There comes the rain. He got them, my babies, in time. Just in time. It's raining every day. Hi, Sana. Okay, let's find something. This page is open, so we might just have to do that one. Let me see what I've got. That one is still empty. And that one's empty. Well, I still kind of like this one to work on just because it keeps calling me. Now, this is the very middle of the book. That's where the stitching line is. And I turn one page and it's this one on the right-hand side. It's painted. The back side of it would have been what do you call that? It's a book paper. That's okay, Julie. I understand it's awfully early in the morning to think about things. I understand that. And part of the reason I picked this one is because I have a bunch of sort of creamy brown stuff right here on top. And I thought maybe that since it was on top, maybe we would just use that. Of course, there's a ton of margins in here. For all of those of you who are tuning in, just turning in, my internet is likely going to be spotty. So if it starts to lag, I am sorry about that. Uh-oh, Barbara. That makes it hard to type. So I have these kind of creamy things, and that's what I'm going to kind of work with, I think. So, yes, I just had 2 trays. There's like 6 or 7. There's 6 pots. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, he was asking me a question. I got it just in time. Mommies know when they have to protect their babies. That much rain would have beat the stew out of my little babies. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not, but that was interesting that was in the... Oh, look, there's a little tiny sweet little rose. That'll have to go in there. Okay. This is a tea bag. I don't know what I'm doing, just so y'all know. Hi, Janice. Okay, sounds good, Janice, dear. Barbara, is it just wonky or is it hurting? I hope it's just, wonky and not hurting you. Okay. There's an itty bitty fairy on this one. It's so, yeah. Buffering. I'm afraid, guys, that buffering is probably going to happen today. If it gets too bad, I'll just have to quit. Like I said, I knew last night it was an issue, and I called them and I complained, and I got told it would be July 23rd before they fixed it. So I didn't want to cancel, but I also am going to tell you it may not be a good day. Something to join with them. Yeah, Barbara, that might not have helped. Yeah, it might not have. Okay. I don't like that. But I do like this really pretty color of this piece right here. So we'll just tear it out. Kind of like that. I'm just looking at it. Oh, blast. My scissors and my glue are over on the other side of the room. Hello, Mary. Yeah, Barbara, when you get on a roll, huh? That's good, Barbara. I'm glad something helps. I've had there's something in this joint right here, which I'm sure is arthritis. For 2 weeks, it's been bothering me. But I haven't been doing anything but ignoring it. Okay, I take these over to work on something on my other table, and I forget to bring them back. So, Mary, I'm working on my little this little journal. I'm just making a page in that little journal. That's what I started with today. I'm going to do our zine next if it comes out. We'll hope it comes out. I have a plan. That's okay, Lisa. I knew you had gone to get lunch, but I also knew you'd come back and that you'd get caught up. This is the dead center of the book. Okay, so we've already done both those pages, but there's the stitch line. And if you turn one page, it is the right-hand side. So this is the center, and I just moved that page out of the way. And this is a little piece of book paper that is jelly printed on one side, and we've already done the page on the other side. And I think I'm just gonna go for it. We'll see. Might not like it when I get done. I think it needs some scribbling on, so you know. And we're gonna put this on like a skirt. I'm not gonna glue it down everywhere. And I guess I could use glue stick, but you know. These are margins from book pages where I've torn them off to do something else. Okay, Mina. Like I said, there's a tiny, tiny little fairy, very light fairy. Excuse me. In that. Flying up there. And then we have a little rose. You know, I just dumped the envelope out on the table and picked up what was first. Oops, glue on my other page. Yeah, I don't know. Post office has been weird. Like the last 4 or 5 things I have gotten from people, the stamps have been canceled with an ink pen. It's very odd. I don't know. Those words don't really go, but that's okay. For some reason, they say they need to be on this page today. And we're just going to go with that. Oh, Mary, that's, I don't know. That's just seems to be the way it's going with the post office lately. Okay, so what I was thinking is that this needs kind of some outlining on all of it. I so want to be Jean Peter when I grow up. I just love the way she does her collage and the outlining she does on her collage. It's just so much fun to watch and so cool looking. Oh, yeah, that's part of this page. I decided to use this piece of graphite just because I thought it would be a little softer than a black pen. I didn't think that a black pen would be, I thought it would be a little harsh. Well, I've seen what the machines can do to a box. You know, I send a lot of packages, and I purchase corrugated boxes for my beads. Silly boxes, but um, I've had customers send me uh, pictures of what the machine has done to the box. It's just like, oh my gosh, guys. Okay, that right there, something, I think it needs maybe some more scribbly. Maybe not so much scribbly. Do we need glue? It needs glued down. I have an eraser. I'm sure I have an eraser somewhere. I have a little tiny piece of an eraser. There, that's better. It needed scribbles, but not. It needed grunge, not scribbles. And now it needs some. I think it might be done. Oh dear, Mary. I would think not. Okay, guys, what do you think? I think that needs some ink. Um, oh, that was way too much ink. Put it on, take it off. Put it on, take it off. Oh, thank you, Janet. That's good. Thank you, guys. I like it. I think it came out okay. Sometimes it's funny how fast they come together. Okay, today's date. Let's see first if we can find our fancy ink pen. Red hibiscus tea. Ooh, candy. Mm-hmm. Today's date is July 19th. Chicken bog with vegetables going on the stove. Bog? Chicken? You mean broth? Bog? Candy, you'll have to let us know in the group how it turns out. It ought to smell real pretty. I love, I use a type of hibiscus tea in our regular tea. Okay, today is July 19th, 2020. Oh, chicken with broth and rice. Awesome, Becky. I've never heard it called that before. We had chicken noodle soup last week. Jeff had gotten a roasted chicken from the store when he was in the grocery store. Had to go to the grocery store, just had to. And so we got a roasted chicken, and when we were done eating on that first night, then he picked the meat off and I cooked the bones, and I took the broth and made chicken noodle soup, and it was good. Didn't last long, but that's normal. Thank you, Candy. I'd like to see the results. Okay. I know you guys aren't probably done making your pages, but I'm gonna go on and work on the zine due to the fact that I have a feeling it may take me a while. So yes, and Becky, do you know that the roasted chickens are not, they're very, very little more than a whole chicken. I used to fix whole chickens all the time, but those silly roasted chickens, you can hardly get a chicken. Well, I turn the stove on. I try not to turn the oven on too often. That's one reason why I refuse. Oh dear, what are you doing down there? Okay. We need paper. Where's my paper? Good. A little paper. There it is. Paper. And attempt something here today. I don't know how well it'll work. I'm going to attempt to draw butterflies. I have a plan. If I can't get them drawn, I have rubber stamps out, but I'm going to attempt to actually draw the butterflies. And like I told you last time, if I'm going to do something and I need some, I just go to the internet and I pull up some images that help me to look at it. Yes, Lisa, and that's the thing. It's when you get them at Sam's, you can barely cook them for that. Okay, so see, pound for pound, they cost less than raw. Oh, dear Cheryl, I'm sorry. I usually come on at noon on Sundays. Julie, I find that when papers get brittle, what I usually do is try to Mod Podge them down to something. I use them as cover, like for book pages that are brittle. I just Mod Podge them down. But I'm glad you found us, Cheryl. Yeah. Lisa, yes. Rotisserie chickens are really good. The one Jeff got, now Jeff was at Walmart Market, which is a little, grocery store Walmart. He had to go there for something else, so he picked up the groceries there. And they had a garlic one. It was really good. And it made really good broth. I haven't had chicken noodle soup that was that good in a while. Okay. So, not only do I have my trusty little idea book here there, I also have a quote that I'm going to use. It says, happiness is like a butterfly. The more you chase it, the more it will elude you. But if you turn your attention to other things, it will come and sit softly on your shoulder. Henry David Thoreau. When I saw that, I just said, that's what we have to do today. Oh, you're welcome, Juliet. It's just anything that's brittle like that, the Mod Podge holding it to a substrate really helps to make it more usable. Use it on tags and things like that. So now I need an actual drawing pencil. What do we got in here? This will work. Okay, where's my paper? And I am not going to try to get complicated. I'm going to try to do some of these butterflies that are much less complicated. Hi, Denise. I also meant to bring my markers over here, so I'll have to go get them in a little bit. But because, we don't want it all black and white. Let's see here. Julie, I didn't save it, but if you go to Pinterest and type in how to draw a butterfly, these came up with that. Okay. If, like I said, like there was 100 of them. Um, okay, well, here's the deal, Barbara. I do know that I can put this under there and draw them too. Uh, I could trace them. So, but Julie, I did not save the links. No, sorry about that. I didn't think about it. But like I said, I went on Pinterest and I just typed in how to draw a butterfly, and these pages came up. And there was a lot more pages. There was, okay, this butterfly is not quite a swallowtail. There was one that actually had markings on how to get the swallowtail kind of shape. I pulled this one. This is probably where I'm headed, these two. I pulled these because to make me think about the fact that this bottom wing, that's a wing, kind of is in line with this top wing. If you look at all of these drawings where the butterfly is flat, the wings kind of, they mimic each other. They kind of are at an angle, and these are more puffy. These are kind of where I'm headed rather than intricate, but we're going to hear Mary. She's going to lurk and listen. She's fussy cutting. Okay. Hi, Susie. I'm glad you're here. And by the way, if I missed anybody, I do apologize. That must have been why it resonated with me, Susie. It's a quote that's been around, I'm sure. Yes, another valid option of tracing. Yep. Oh yeah, Julie. There were. Anytime you want a picture of something, and you want to find a lot of it, if you go to Pinterest and type that in, you'll get a lot of links to here and there. Now, the links aren't always good, but if you find a link like this one, if you look at this, this also says, I think it says CRAFTMAST. And if it was, I shrunk this, so if it was there, sometimes there's little things on the image that will tell you what to look for. So sometimes, like this one has, this one says www.drawingtutorials101.com. So Pinterest can be your friend when you want pictures. It doesn't, I hate Pinterest when I'm looking for a quote, but okay, we're going to go for this and we're going to see. They're going to have very simple little bodies. And I'm not telling you which one I'm drawing because then you would go, it doesn't look like that, Tanya. And my butterflies are flying. They're none of them going to be flat. So if their wings aren't exactly the same, that's because they're flying up in the air, right? Yes. I think that's too far down. Well, it's a butterfly of sorts. Yes, there is a watercolor paint one. Okay. We want a little half butterfly now. Let's see, how can we make a half butterfly? Because this butterfly needs to fly that way. Now, of course, they'll need their little antennas and things, but I can do that with the markers when I get the markers out. I know it's hard to see, but it's in there. Let's do one with round leaves now. Let's see what we can. Let's see. This butterfly, he should fly the other way. Okay. Oh. Body. Let's see. Well, that butterfly's a little lopsided, but there we go. There, that's a little better. Not too bad. Hi, Karen. What's a zine? A zine is a little tiny book. This is the one we made. I can't remember. When did we make this one? This one we made the last of June. It's a book, and you make it flat, and then you fold it up. It's a zine. You don't have to make it flat. I shouldn't say that. I make these little zines that I can reproduce myself on the copy machine. And because of that, they're 8.5 by 11 pages. When I fold it up, I can make this little book that's a self-published little book. So it's like a itty-bitty little magazine. I'm going to decorate this sheet. I'm going to put one little cut in it and then turn it into this little book. And welcome. I think it's the first time I've seen you in one of our live streams. I may be wrong. And today I'm making one about, based on a quote about butterflies. We're going to try to get fancy here and draw a big butterfly with fancy bottom wings. We'll see. Now, wait a minute. I have to put, yeah. And a bigger butterfly here. So that's like an eagle type size butterfly. Yeah, that didn't work so well. Not too bad. Well, it sort of looks like a butterfly. Thank you, Karen. I could use all those thumbs up. But geez, did a book on 20 by 30 sheet of homemade paper like that. I have pages. Oh, I'll have to take a look, Candy. Karen, zines are definitely not my original idea. The quote is a David Thoreau quote. Happiness is like a butterfly. The more you chase it, the more it will elude you. But if you turn your attention to other things, it will come and sit softly on your shoulder. Henry David Thoreau. And I have been making zines in my live streams every week. Well, almost every week. I didn't stream last week, and one week I did not do our project. So pretty much every week since the 1st of January, I have made a zine of some sort, with lots of different ideas. I try to come up with, let's how shall I put it? I try to come up with something that I haven't done before. Drawing is not my strong point, just so you know. So I've picked simple drawings. I figured if I couldn't get it, I have rubber stamps. I could have used die cuts. I could have, you know, there's so many ways to do something based on that quote. In my little zines that I have been doing, I have been usually using a poem, a quote, a song, something that that I can make something for. You're not sure how? Well, I'm glad that you found us, though. I stream, Karen, every Sunday, or almost every Sunday at noon Central Time. This body is way too big. And I'll be on here. We've been doing, since the first of the year, I've been doing most of the time 3 projects. We have a little journal that we make some kind of journal page in. We usually do a zine, and then in a few minutes, in a little while, when I finish my zine, I will be making a part of our totally junk journal. Let me see here. This one needs to be facing us, but I still think he needs to be flying. Let's make him have round wings. I can get the right-hand side of the butterfly wing really well, and then the left-hand side just, doesn't make it. So, okay, then let's bring this wing a little different. Okay. So that's why I said my butterflies are flying, because one side is always a little lopsided. It just... Karen, I'm in North Florida, in the Panhandle. The other thing is that I stream usually lately Tuesdays and Thursdays with another artist. Her name is Lisa Conway. And Lisa, if you're still here, or if one of my other mods could put a link to Lisa's channel in. Lisa and I stream together, and this week it'll be on my channel, so you should be able to find us. But we are streaming during the week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we're working on a napkin journal on those streams. But next week it'll be on Lisa's channel. So we swap back and forth. And we usually work on a book a month. We've been doing that a couple of years now. So, okay, so this one, that one has big wings on the bottom. I don't know. I think these need to be bigger. Now, one of the things that I'm doing is each page is a little different, but the cover's there. So the cover's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's the back cover. So you kind of have to know where your pages are. The dynamic duel. Yeah, we have fun with it. Yeah, we really do. Karen, where are you? Are you in the States, or are you international? Something's off about these bottom wings. I don't know. They're just... I think they were too big. That butterfly is happy. PA. Aha. Okay. Okay, so now I need some butterflies for this one. I wonder if I can get this one to look right. This one like that. His wings are all upturned. He's definitely got an updraft thing going. It kind of looks like a hawk instead of a nice soft butterfly. Well, Karen, I'm just using my I just used my, what do you call that, webcam. Now I will tell you my videos and my live streams are different. You know, it's all about equipment, and I'm still learning that stuff. But I thank you. Okay, so now we need the bottom wings that also have that sort of upward kind of motion to them. Because this butterfly definitely is. Looks like a flower. Does not look like a butterfly. But there's a quote, a butterfly quote about butterflies are just flowers in motion. This is just too short. There we go. I don't know about anybody else, but that doesn't look like a butterfly to me. Hi, Holly. You can turn down loud. That's true. That is true. Of course, I do not have a quiet voice. I definitely don't. Never have. All right. That does not look like a butterfly. We're just going to have to change those bottom wings because I don't like that. Yep. It just doesn't look right. I don't know what the matter is, but that looks more butterfly-like. I might be able to handle that one. All right. Susan's here. Hi, Susan. Hi, Sana. Well, thank you, Julie. Thank you. Okay, so we need a couple more butterflies there and a butterfly back there. I needed some tea. We needed a butterfly that flies that direction. And let's okay. That one's, you can see part of his other wings. And now we need another little one. Let's see here. Little butterfly right there. Just a little baby one. Okay, now we need one more back here on this. No. Sometimes I do better when I just kind of go for it. But once you start doing something, you have to just, there we go. All right, so that's our big butterflies. Now I need to go and get my markers. So sorry, I'll be right back. You have to actually go to her channel, but I think Becky just did it, Barbara. The go to channel button doesn't work anymore, Susan. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's what you're saying, Susan, is if she gets to her channel, then she can get it. Yeah. One of these days, guys, I will mark those drawers, or I will remember which drawer has what in it. But most of the time, I cannot remember. Hi, Janet. Oh, hi, Tanya. All right, so now we are going to, do we want soft butterflies or bright butterflies? So Karen, there's Lisa's channel, and that's who I stream with a lot. I need to know soft butterflies or bright butterflies. Bright. Patricia says bright, and she was the first one to answer, so I think it's going to be bright. Jasana says both. Well, you guys know me. I probably would have done them bright anyways, so. Let's see. All right. And these markers are old as the hills. They're just a water-based marker. However, I can't really talk and marker at the same time. Can you tell that? Teresa says both as long as they're blue. Okay. Well, I haven't done a blue one yet, so I'll have to think about that, where I'm going to put a blue one. I promise, Teresa, there will be some kind of blue one in here. Let's see. You would have done the lights with the bright shadows. Oh. I'm probably not going to do any shadows, Beck. I'm probably just going to do some outlining, and I have some tiny little butterflies I'm going to add in after I put the quotes in, I think. But I think we will put some dots in too. Karen, I do. I folded this before I ever started. It's got creases in it. And yes, this is my title page, my front cover. And then I work in pairs. When I start to fold this up, this is page 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the back cover. So, so yes, I do fold my piece of paper ahead of time. I don't actually cut my my originals. I don't cut them because that way I can take them back to the copier easier. So I make a copy and cut it. But by folding it, even this piece, I didn't fold this one because it was so heavy. I scored it. That way I can tell where the pages are. And hi, Susan. So I can see my folds. that's fine. Always ask. Ask, because otherwise we can't figure it out if we don't ask. Okay. And I'm leaving their bodies because I'm going to go back with a black marker. Boy, the tip of that one is really bad. I wish Kathy was here. I'd ask her a question. Stampin' Up! Used to sell new tips for these brush markers. You can actually pull this one out and put a new one in. I don't know if they still do that or not. Hi, Laura Lou. Oh, Tanya, yes, you must try it. It's fun. I mean, you can use rubber stamps to do it. You can use watercolor to do it. The first one we ever made, we just made with, I think, words. Barbara made the cutest one that was just all 4-letter words. So, you know, they're fun because, you know, they're easy. This one is more complicated than some just because I don't draw well. Drawing is definitely not my... I work at it, but it's not something I do well or easily. I prefer collage, but we always have to test our abilities too, guys. You know, we have to learn new things. We have to work at learning new things. Uh-oh, she's giving you the cold shoulder. There are times when I really miss our kitty. Okay. They also make really nice new brush markers. I have these, and I don't use markers often enough to warrant new ones. Besides, I have the re-inkers, so I can re-ink these if I have to. So, you know, it's one of those things where I'm not going to get new markers, but they do make some beautiful, nice, actual water brush type markers now, where these are just a thick tip. They call them a brush tip, but they're really more like a thick tip. Okay. That's true, Mary. You know, I draw what I draw, and but I have to work at drawing and if I wanted to be better at it, I would have to practice it more. That's the thing. And I also know that I cannot draw when I cannot see it. I need to be able to see what, at least have some visual of what it is I am drawing. Um, Rose just sent me. Chicken bog, are you going to take it? She sent you a tart. Rose sent her a TARDIS so she could send her some chicken bog. Oh. Sana, I'm going to tell you what, Julie Beaches, she was up at 3:20, I think. Oh, she got up around 2:40. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't try to watercolor paint without having, well, if I'm just painting, maybe I shouldn't say it that way. If I'm just piddling around, I might just take the paint and play with it. But if I'm actually trying to make something specific, even a leaf, um, leaves are all different, but it helps to have it where you can see it. But if you watch Mary, she gets on too, and she just said, I just print them out because I find it easier for me when it's on a piece of paper. Mary does it off of her phone where she can see things. Like when she was doing the illustrated borders, she used, Mary, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you use like illustrations from the Smithsonian? Okay, I need a darker blue. Is this one going to be good? Yes, Mary did. She used illustrations from the Smithsonian. Oh, that's real dark blue. Okay, well, we're going to go for it. Oh, we're not going to do that blue. That's way too dark. We will outline this in blue. And then we'll just go with this one. The Met. Mm-hmm. Although I can never remember what kind of trees are what, but Jeffrey knows, so that helps. Okay, I think we need to go around these little circles on this one. For some reason, this one says it needs to be very complicated. Sometimes my zines don't take as long to make, Karen. This one's taking a while. Yeah, having enough sleep, Becky, really makes a difference in how you feel. Okay, we got to have some more colors in here. Let's just... I'm going to come back and outline all of these with the black marker. They'll show up better when I actually copy it. But for now, I'm not going to try to do that. I'll just come in with it all at one time. No, I've used that purple. Let's try this purple. My next problem will be going back and getting all of those to back in the right box. We're going to make this little butterfly just fuchsia. Did I get enough blue, Teresa? Oh, that tip is terrible. Let me see, Karen. I might be able to. Yep. That's as far as it'll go, unfortunately. That is a sort of a problem with the webcam. All right, let's... Remind me, though, that I am zoomed in a little while, because I sometimes forget to take it off the zoom, and then you can't see everything. I'm sort of making companion butterflies on the same page, ones that have similar colors, but not exactly the same. And I just realized I got the yellow out because I hadn't used any yellow on any of the butterflies. We really should make one that's traditional, right? Yellow and orange. We'll make this one have big spots. I can't remember which butterfly it is that has the big spots, but one of them does. Okay. Orange. I didn't know that, Susan. All I know is that moths come in the house in the dark, and they irritate me because they're in my house. And they shouldn't irritate me, but they do. Flies are much worse. And here lately, with all this water we've been getting flies in the house. It's like, oh, I hate those things. Jeff came and got one last night. He took it out of my studio. He said, I can't get to it. You're in the way. I said, well, I can't move, because as soon as I move, it will move. He stood and hid behind the door for a while, and then he came and he got it. And just so you know, he kills them with his bare hands. He likes to squash them. But I was sitting at the computer trying to work. Talk about irritating. Well, you know, there's a moth that looks like a hummingbird. It's big. Well, big for a moth. It's almost the size of a hummingbird. I have seen them. I can't remember whether we were here or in South Dakota that I saw one. I've seen them before, though. I think a couple of times. I won't tell you where because I can't remember. Oh, I like how that one's turning out. Okay, we need a little more turquoise. Turquoise, turquoise, turquoise. In there. Huh, those two butterflies are just alike. Didn't realize that till I did it. Okay, last one. Gotta figure out which color. Another pink. Oh, that's a nice strong pink. Okay. Sorry if this is getting boring, guys. I didn't mean to take so long to make this one today. All right. Now, I had gotten out. You have those, Mina? Okay. Oh, good, Teresa. All right, Lisa. Okay, so now this is a Posca pen. You could use, you know, I may get out my actually I may actually use this. I think I probably will because I like to draw with it better. And see where it goes with this. I'm just going to fill in their little bodies and give them some antennae. And then we're going to outline everything. I like these pens because they don't bleed through. If you can tell. This is just cheap copy paper. And these Micron Pigma pens don't bleed through the paper. And I used to use one to write with all the time, just whenever I wrote notes or anything, because I like that it doesn't bleed through the paper. But I found these, and I like them better because they hold up better, and the ink lasts longer in them. So just for like at my desk writing notes, writing, you know. Uh-oh. Well, keep your hand out of it. That orange was kind of damp, and I put my finger in it, and then I laid it on the black, and it picked it up. So, Lisa, did you get your little page finished? Oh, how fun, Mina, that he came in the house. Okay, this is a Posca pen. These are Posca pens. You can order these online, but my Joann's has them now. Okay, so you can get them at Joann's. This is a Micron Pigma pen, and you can get these pretty much any of the uh, Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, all carry these. These come in different, both pens come in different pen nib sizes. I don't use, I think, Lisa, you have the colored Posca pens. You're working on it. Do you use your colored ones a lot? I don't use much in the way of pens but black and white ones. So I just kind of have quit buying anything but black and white. These markers are really old, and since I don't use them enough, I just don't see any reason to buy new colored ones. So I only have Poscas in black and white. Poscas are a paint pen. This is ink. So there's a difference. Both of them are permanent. Both of them you want to make sure it's completely dry before you go over it with something like Mod Podge, because they will bleed if they are not completely dry. Yeah, the black lines make a total difference on what it looks like, don't they, Julie? Now I could have put the black lines in first, I guess, but I also knew I was probably going to go around and put some little dots and things in it, and that made a difference as to where I was going to need black lines. Julie, I have a couple of white pens that I use all the time. Give me just a minute. Let me finish this butterfly so that I don't forget where I'm at. I use white Posca pens. And there are two kinds of white pens I like. These are white Posca pens. And I use these all the time. Just a minute. This one may be kind of sad, but yeah, that one's kind of sad. Some of these are wearing out. And that is not the best to show it, but I use these a lot. This is a Signo Una Ball broad tip. If it writes, we'll see if it writes because I haven't used it in a while. It's not going to. And honestly, I would use paint on this before I'd use. That's a lot of black. Okay. Yeah, this one's not going to write. Sorry. That's what happens when you don't use them enough. Let me see if this one writes. Those are the ones I use, though, Julie. Yeah, it's not going to. My white pens my white Posca pens kind of need to be replaced. I've been using them a lot. This is a really tiny, tiny tip. So rub it on my finger. You think that'll work, Lisa? Okay. Ah, ah, ah. Lisa, that worked perfectly. Now, you have to understand that this is also a wild and kind of crazy piece of paper. It's got paint and all kinds of layers on it. But that worked, Lisa. That worked perfectly. So, when they're writing good, these will write very nicely on just about anything. Yay! See? So, let me see if there's... I don't really have anything good to... Oh, I know what I can write on. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay. Where's my little tiny white one? There we go. So, see, if you've got a plain color, they work real well. Well, do what Lisa told me to do, and that's to write on your finger. Let me find out why my phone is making noise. I haven't, because we apparently have lightning warnings. Apparently. Will they write over the? Oh yeah, they're paint, so they'll they will usually write over pretty much anything. The Signo would probably write better over it. But Julie, remember, I'm going to copy this, so the black is going to stand out better than the white would when I copy it. That's kind of why I decided on the black. This little butterfly needs a fat belly because, you know, he just does. But yes, Susan, they're acrylic. The Poscas are acrylic paint, and that's why they're permanent once they're dry. But I will guarantee you they do not dry as fast as you think. They will be touchable in just a few minutes. But if you try to go over them with Mod Podge, they will bleed. Now, I know I did this one in the blue, but for consistency purposes, I think I'm going to outline as well in the black, I think. We'll see here in just a minute. But, yeah. Which is okay because then it gives it that little extra mist right there. Okay. Almost. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. This one just took a while today. That's all right. You weren't in a hurry for me to get to Totally Junk Journal, now were you? Posca pen and Posca marker. I don't. That one is. I think black makes the colors pop out. I really do. Oh, Susan, that's a good idea. Did you see what Susan said, guys? That you can wet the Posca pens with a marker. And I don't know if the Posca marker, Posca pen is any difference. Hi, Nancy. Yeah, the outlining it's totally worth it. Yep. And I think we're going to go back and outline those little blue circles, little pink circles on the blue butterfly, but I had to let that one, I had to think about that one a minute. And I wasn't paying attention, and I got my butterflies a little close to the edge because I still have not figured out how to make my silly printer print all the way to the edge. And it cuts off just that little tiny bit, but I think it's going to be all right. I'm not going to fret over it. Now, I will tell you, these pens do like to be held straight up and down. They have, the way their tip is made, they do like to be held straight up and down. They do make this company makes pens in brush tips too. I have a few of them. They have nice little tiny itty bitty brush tips. I don't use those much. I prefer this. Okay, so now we need to get our quote on there. Ready to go. And I wasn't sure about size today, so this is my front cover, so we're going to try to get the bigger ones in there. Let's see what happens. And I haven't seen chat in a minute. I'm not in a hurry at all these. Yeah, I know, Barbara. Oh. It did that here earlier, Susan. I had my little baby tomatoes outside getting a sun bath, and luckily it seemed to be getting darker, and I said, Jeff, will you please go get my babies? And he went out and got them for me. And oh, is my tea fairy here? Yes, I would love tea first. Let me have a little drink, and then you can make me some more. Thank you. The tea fairy is going to watch a movie, he says, so he came to get me tea before he went to watch the movie. Okay. I probably could have torn these today, but uh-oh. We better put them on one at a time so we don't mess it up. Okay. Almost messed it up. Luckily, I have it twice. The more you chase it, the more you... Okay, there we go. Oh, dear. Yep. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mary. There is chalk markers. We don't want chalk markers. Let me see what these are marked, Julie. These are, well, for one, they're a uni pen too. See, I don't know if these are the same company, but see. Mitsubishi, aha, they are. They come from Mitsubishi Pencil Company, and so does this white one. How about that? And it's Posca.com. And what else does it say on this? It doesn't say, other than color and size, because they come in different sizes. The little green one. Okay, let's see. We got to glue these things on. And it doesn't take much glue. know, where am I going to put that? Now, Karen, if you're still here, I know that these 2 pages are side by side. I know those 2 pages and those 2 pages. So if my quote is long and it has to run across 2 pages, you got to know which 2 pages go together. It's always good to, and I will show you how to fold one of these in just a little bit. It is always good to pre-fold one and know where your pages belong if you're not sure. Now, while I'm putting the quotes on, I was thinking about putting a few of these tiny little butterflies stamped on it. Should I do that? I'll look at chat in just a minute. Yes, Susan, I've memorized it, but I have a one in the thing that I cheat with. I'll show you in just a minute. The other thing is if you make them always the same way, then they always come out the same way. Okay, so, oh, I don't like that there. I'll put it here. It's a good thing it came up when it did. Because Mina, I'd have to either draw them or go get a tiny little flower stamp, and I have tiny little butterflies right there. So that's why I was thinking about using it. You think so? Why not? And I was thinking about, oh, I have to put I always put the author on it somewhere. Duh. Put a quote in something and pretend it's mine. No. Okay. Okay, so another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take that big fat pencil and I'm going to just draw around my quotes. Messy. I like messy. It just makes the quote stand out. Oh, great, Lisa. We can have a fairy tale? Okay. I don't know. I may change my mind and not want to put those little tiny butterflies on here. I almost think I don't. I almost think I like it the way it is. I almost think they will make it too busy. Okay. This, Karen, this is a graphite. It's a Faber-Castell 6B graphite pencil. It's actually a chunk of graphite that's wrapped in a little piece of plastic. It is a woodless graphite pencil. It is a 6B, so it's very soft. Let me see. You can get, this is a 2B, so this is the same thing as a school pencil, but it's big, but it has wood on it. This one doesn't have any wood on it. I also like to use these quite a bit. These are water-soluble graphite sticks, and I like big graphite sticks. I just the one I had that was just plain graphite was the same softness as this. And since I had this one, I sent that one to Lisa. But these graphite sticks are really nice because when you wipe across them with water, they are water soluble. So they're kind of cool. They make for grunge. They make for messy. I am going to go copy this. I've decided no little butterflies. I don't want to put them on there. I'm going to just leave it like it is. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, Susan. Karen, just so you know, I have, and so does, oh, Lisa, thank you, thank you, thank you. I always forget to sign them. Let's use this pen. Um, Lisa and I both have Facebook groups where where people post their art so you can see it. Like Lisa just made her page in the little book that we were playing with earlier in this little book. And she made her page and she posted it so we can see each other's work. So I'll bet you one of my mods will grab me a link. Thanks, guys, for reminding me to sign this. Yeah, there's a lot of pencil choices. I use my pencils more for making grunge than for drawing. So, okay. Now we are going to actually learn to fold a zine. Come on. Copy. There you go. Okay, now I promised I would show Susan something, so let me get that out. Quit throwing stuff on the floor. I'll just put you on the floor. Well, Susan, I thought I had it. Well, here's the deal, Susan. When I first of the year, when I made the first one of these, I folded one up and wrote on it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you, guys. And do make sure you answer the questions because the girls have been told I have some mods, and they have to have you answer the questions. I haven't tried to wet the charcoal pencil. And Julie, you know, Jean Peter uses a charcoal pencil some, and I was going to do that. Oh, she's already taken care of it. Thank you, guys. You missed everything, but dinner was good. Well, I'm getting ready to fold up this. Anyways, I had marked on it, Susan, but I've made so many of these that I know where the pages are now. So like I said, I usually leave my original alone. I don't cut it because that way it's easier to copy later if I want to make more. Now, one of the things I always forget and I want to do is to fold the pretty in, and that's not what you do. You take it and you fold the white in. So I always do my hot dog fold first, so lengthwise of the paper. And if you fold it this way, it just sort of automatically goes into the shape it needs to go. You want to crease it. You want to crease it good. This is a friend. If you don't have one of these, the circle part of your scissors will work. Okay, so then we open it and we turn it around and we make our hamburger fold. The more accurate you make your folds, the nicer your little zine will come out. The other thing is that the one I showed you earlier that's on the watercolor paper, well, I don't know what I did with it. I must have moved it somewhere. Oh, there it is on the floor. Okay. I did not even try to fold this paper. This is mixed media paper. I used my scoreboard and just scored it so that I could see the lines, because you won't be able to fold this nicely. It will not meet the lines. There's too much thickness in the paper. So it's just one of those things. Now, okay, so once we get our hamburger fold, we're going to take the raw edge right here, the unfolded edge. This is a folded edge. And we take this one and we fold it back. Now, I always tell everyone, don't fold both paces. You notice this one's over here. I did not fold it. Because if you fold it like that, both of them, this one is folded around this one and you'll get more thickness. And that extra thickness, again, leads to it not laying nicely. So it's all about taking the time to do that precision thing. Okay, so then this is what it was looking like. Now I open it back up to this, where it's like at the hamburger fold stage. And I can see the fold line right here. And I'm going to cut, this is the folded side. These are the cut edges. And I'm going to cut this right up that line till I get to that intersection. Okay, so it's cut both sides of it. Okay, so now I have this mountain right here, and I can just take this mountain and fold it like that. Okay, you see the back is right there, the front is right here. So I'm going to take hold of the back and I'm going to pull it to my right. I'm going to push this one down and this one down and this one down. And I am not going to press this just yet, because the best thing to do is to come in here, and where you have two little corners, Take your glue stick, put in some glue, and then line those corners up carefully. Okay, and then this one won't need to be glued because it's a folded edge. And then the next one will have two little corners, and I lay it down and I glue it. And again, I'm careful and line it up good. Now what happens is that when I go to fold the front around, you see, this is where it's not quite right. It doesn't quite lay nice and pretty, okay? So when we take it and we push it all the way around like that, this, I'm trying to hold it for you. See here? Well, if you just hold it like that and take this bone folder and go like that, you will get a nice, pretty one that lays all nice and neat. The gluing does make a big difference. Now, Karen, what? Does that mean I need to do it again? I will be glad to. But I will do this again because Karen's never seen this done before. Do it one more time. And Susan, the gluing really makes a big difference. It really, really does. I agree wholeheartedly. Okay. Hot dog fold. Hamburger fold. Tony's hamburger fold does not want to fold correctly today. There we go. Cut edge, back against the folded edge. Flip it over. Cut edge, back against the folded edge. That one I didn't get quite as nice as I should have. Okay, now we have this, looks like that. These are two folded edges. We're going to take the cut edges and open them back out again. This is my folded edge. This is the one that's in the middle. And I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut on this line to that junction. Okay, so now I have this little hole in the middle, but I have solid on that side and solid on that side, right? Okay, so now I have a gap in the middle, and I just take hold of this and I go like that. And then I take, this is the back right here. Can you see? That's where our signature is. I bring this way. Push this one down, push this one down, and this will be my cover, but we're going to glue first. I usually just get them to this point, push them aside, and then glue them all at once. Okay, and we're going to, this is where there's two corners. See, there's nothing in there, but there's two corners. And this is got a fold, so it's not loose and apart. You lay it down. And this is where it's got two corners again. And I'm going to glue that. That was a lot of glue. And just make sure they line up when you glue them, and it just makes it lay nicer. That's all. Okay, so now when I pull the front around, this is where I get this bend. See that bend right there? There's this bend because there's not quite enough paper to get around that edge. So I just lay it down and I push it from this side. See this right there, and I push it over, and I use my bone folder and I adjust its attitude. Okay, we are 2 hours and 17 minutes from the beginning, Karen. So you may have to watch it again. But I think I have a how to make a zine video. Okay, good. All right. So now, Karen is brand new to my channel. I think I have a couple of other people watching that have not been watching for very long. Can you say I? Like Denise? I don't think. So here's the deal, Karen. In my video descriptions, there's always an email address. Okay. Well, I shouldn't say always because I might have forgotten to put it in there on something. Karen, if you will send me your snail mail address, I will send you one of these zines. And is there anybody else new watching? I'm waiting for the answer to that question. Oh, I like this one. I like how the butterflies ended up on the front. Okay, Karen, send me your email. Send me your snail mail address, please. Thank you. Thanks, Holly. Holly also just put it in there. You got to watch that it's got that number 2 ahead of the thing. Anybody else on that has not gotten one of my zines? Anybody watching that hasn't got one? I'm waiting for a holler. While we wait for a holler, we're going to Sana. I think though that may be that that may be that it hasn't gotten there. Susie hasn't gotten one. Sana, I'll send out another one, but I think I've sent you one. I think it just may not have gotten there yet. Sana and Susie both send me your email me your snail mail address. Okay? I think Susie is new, very close to new. She was watching Lisa's. She may have been watching Lisa's stream the other day, but it may be. Denise hasn't gotten one either. Denise, will you send me your snail mail address? Sana, send me your address again because it may just be gone. So if you guys will send me your snail mail address, I will send you one of these butterfly zines. Okay? Okay. All right. Sounds good, Sana. All right, these are going to be in the way. What can I do with those? Put those over there because I'm going to have to sort them and sort them and sort them. Okay, we're going to work on our totally junk journal. So, where is it at? It's in here. I know it's in here because I had it out yesterday. And I know I said next time that we would work on finishing this, but I don't want to. So we're going to do something different. Okay, Lisa's going to be right back. Oh yeah, Karen, I have a couple of paperclip videos. There's a lot of videos out there. This project, Karen, is something that I did a couple years ago. I did a whole series of Totally Junk Journal, and I use a lot of junk mail. I use a lot of security envelopes. Barbara's ready for Totally Junk Journal. And just so you know, if you missed something with this one, at 5 o'clock this afternoon, this project, today's project, will be in an individual standalone video. I do have a playlist. This one is Totally Junk Journal Round 2, because the last time I was still learning to make videos and I was still learning how to do things. And so while we did this for, 8 or 9 months. I have a couple of great big books from it. This time we're making more of a traveler's notebook size piece. We're going to make individual signatures. We're going to sew them into signatures, and then we will put them into a bigger cover down the road. So I'm using my envelopes, okay, just sort of like junk mail envelopes. These are bill return envelopes, things like that. And there this is the 5th part. And today we're going to make a fun little decoration thing that we can either use to decorate, or I'm going to use it. I want to make a little tuck pocket right here to cover up this part of the envelope. This particular little one, there's going to be a lot of white space left in this project this time, so that it can actually be used to be written on. That one looks funny. Okay. So now the other place you could put a tuck spot that would be good would be on like something like this, where you can't really write on it very well. So that's where we stand. So that's what we're going to work on today. And like I said, if it doesn't go sink in totally, or you can't grab stuff to work with, because this is sort of a work along project, kind of, sort of. But you don't have to, of course. I'm just right now digging through I have a tub down here that has all sorts of security envelopes. We do a lot of recycling, reusing here. Let's grab out some and see what we can find. What I'm looking for right now, guys, is a mixture of different patterns, okay? If you don't have security envelopes, scrapbook paper works great. And I'm just grabbing like 5 or 6, I own 7, 8, who knows how many ever I happen to find. Linda, if Linda is still here, Linda just sent me some beautiful ones, but I kind of stuck those back because I kind of have a different plan for them. So, can't keep your eyes open. Okay, Sana, dear. Have a nice night, or at least a good rest. Now, this particular project would be really cool with just multiple colors of paper. So for that matter, if you didn't have have papers, you could take markers and just make a strip like that, or watercolored paper, but because we're going to cut strips is the deal. So I'm going to take my scissors. I'm just going to open these. Okay, and I am not worrying about straightness, exact size, or anything like that. This project is not going to be, what do I want to say? I'm trying to think of the word. You don't have to have extreme accuracy with this particular one. See, this strip is about 1 inch wide. Yeah, some of your background stamps would do the trick. That is true. And Julie, that would work perfect, to make patterns with your own, stamps. Okay, so what we're going to want is 2 or 3 strips. And right this minute, I'm not worrying about how long they are, because this piece will work. See, this one is a little wider than that one. Around 1 inch, okay? And we want a bunch of different patterns around 1 inch. Now, here's the thing. This piece, okay, I can cut this into a strip. Let me cut a strip of it off. Okay, but you see here where the envelope is glued together? That piece is not going to work very well because it's got 2 layers on it. And this piece down here where it's glued together and it's double layer, it's just not going to work very well. Okay, so we need it to be single thickness, and it needs to be paper, not cardstock. That much I'll tell you, because you get cardstock trying to do what we're going to do, and it's not going to work very well. Okay. Oh, Lisa, hon, I'm sorry. Go lay down. Go rest. Please go rest. Well, I do thank you, Linda. Thank you. I just saw that. Okay, so we're going to get several different colors of strips. Okay, here's another place where we get this double thickness of stuff, and we just don't want that. So we're just going to cut our strip below it. Okay, and see, it's on the end, so we're going to get rid of those. And now this makes a good double piece. There's 2 pieces there, right? Okay. Now, I cheated, and I have a few strips already cut. I cheated. So if you're playing along, take a peek at what I'm going to do next, because that way you can keep going. But you don't need a ton to start. You'll see that you may have to stop and make a few more. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take these strips and lengthwise folding them in half so that the pretty color is on the outside. Okay, and this little guy's your friend. I have a good This is an actual bone folder. Had it a long time. I like this plastic one better, but whatever you have for a bone folder, if you don't have one, that is one thing I would go get. I would get myself a bone folder, but it doesn't have to be an expensive one. And this one actually came out of my envelope punch board. So, you know, they come in different punch boards, and you know, find one you like. Um, this one's not really sharp on the end. It's round. I like it. But you want to crease these nice and creased. And see, I didn't even fold it perfectly straight. It doesn't matter. They won't save junk inside. Oh, my mama saves a lot for me. Jeffrey brought me another one. He's quit bringing me all of them because I have a rule that I have a shoebox, and my shoebox, when it's full, that's as many as I can keep. Because otherwise they kind of run everywhere. But he brings me. We get these big ones, and see, it's got a real pretty pattern in it. And he always brings me the big ones. Even if he doesn't bring me the little ones, he still brings me the big ones. Jean is here. Hi, Jean. I'm so glad you stopped by. Did you get your camera to open yesterday? I couldn't stay because I was working. Yeah, it's good to have those rules. I mean, especially with junk mail envelopes. Now, that doesn't mean I also have a box of boxes, you know, like cereal boxes and that kind of cardboard. I have a box of that. I have a box of heavier cardboard, you know, so and it's just that when those boxes are full, usually I use that stuff up so fast that it's not a big deal. But if they get full, I have to stop. Okay, well, Jean, if you want, you know, you can give me a holler, and I'll see if I can help you one day. Because I cannot, it's easier to tell you than to write. So guys, I'm sorry, but this is easier to tell Jean. I have to open my stream, get into my stream, then shrink my browser, go to the camera software, open the camera software, and then I can get into it. If I try to open the camera software any other way or time, I can't get into it. And when I used OBS software, it was the same way. The same is true even coming straight into YouTube the way I'm doing it now. So but if you want to, I can even get on the phone with you and try to help you with it. She's got a little issue and going to move on. Need to get some things done. Okay, Mary. I'm glad you came. Yep. Now, I don't throw mine away. I put it in the recycle bin, but bye, dear. Okay, so we're going to get our strips all folded in half like that. Then, where's my other glue? Are you in there? No. Okay. You guys know that Lisa turned me on to this art glitter glue, and I love this art glitter glue, but I have like 3 or 4 of these that I got because I found them on sale before Lisa turned me on to this glue. And for this project today, this one works, and I'm going to use it because I need to use it up. Mary's going to stream tonight at 6. So, Karen, if you're still here. Mary is another one of the people who live streams that we follow quite a bit. So I'm going to use this today, but you could use this. You could probably, for this step, use a glue stick, but, you know, I'm not a big fan of glue sticks for everything, so. That's true. Okay, so I'm going to open these strips and just put a little line of glue down them. This is not a real big accurate thing either. So I just am going to glue these strips into. It just made it easier. This step you could skip, but I just found it was easier to keep everything flattened out and behaving. Aha, there you go. That might be it, Karen. This, one of the reasons I have always liked this glue is that it has such a tiny little tip. And it does stay moist longer than the art glitter glue. It does also give you a little bit more fudge room if you have to peel a piece off. So, you know, it has its good points. I really like this glue. I just, for some reason, have been grabbing the other one. Okay, see now, how did I miss getting that squished down? I don't know. Come on, behave yourselves. They're just popping open. Ah. Okay, I got one more, and then we're going to start. Okay. Now, we need a base piece. And if this is not going to be a giant thing, so I'm just going to take this piece of envelope because a little spot in the middle is going to show. Okay. I'm not going to worry about this being over there because, like I said, only this little spot in the middle is going to show. And I have a bunch of different strips, and I don't need them. I don't need a long one, so I'm just going to start with this little short one. And I'm just going to glue it down. Now I'm going to glue it down at an angle, and I'm going to make sure I glue it nicely, kind of out to the edge. Can you see that? Yep. Okay. That's a good way to use them up, Julie. I use them so much of the time for covers and tags and stuff like that that I don't usually have a problem. That and crunchy books, because, you know, I saved those Lipton onion soup boxes forever, and I made the crunchy books out of that. Yeah, they're good substrates. Okay, so we got one piece down. Now this is the folded edge, and that's the part we have to remember, folded edge. Okay, so I'm going to take another piece, and basically on this one I'm going to make a triangle in the middle. So I'm making 3 pieces, and this is the folded edge. Always my folded edge goes to the middle. Okay. Now see, I left a little tiny bit of room in the middle. See that little bit of space in there? You could leave a bigger space. I'm just leaving a little space. Okay. Now what's going to happen? Ah, shoot. See, that's what I'm saying is that with the art glitter glue, that wouldn't have slid. It would have stayed right where it belonged. Okay. What we're going to do now is we are going to lay these pieces. Yes, Susan, that's a really good thing for packaging. We're going to spiral out with our pieces, always putting the folded edge to the middle. Okay. Now, when the next piece out, the length of this piece makes a difference. It is best to lay it down, see where this corner covers everything up, and then bring it in here and cut it like this. I'm going to just cut it at an angle so that it matches the last line. And what you're going to do is you're going to put it down so that that folded edge, let me find something to point with. This folded edge right here is parallel to the one that's before it. I hope this is making sense. And it's just going to spiral around each time. And I'm just going to keep changing. Now you could use just 3 different patterns. You could use different colors. Okay, so I find it easiest for the next piece that I'm working on to bring it where it's in front of me. So that was the first one. This is the second one. We got to have a different pattern. We don't have to have a different pattern, but I want a different pattern. And once again, I'm going to lay it on there and just kind of chomp it off where it. I hope this is making sense. Okay. Now the next one's going to be this one right there. So I'm going to turn it. Hi, Gabby. Yes, Barbara, that's what we're doing. We're quilting, only we're quilting with folded pieces. This, it's a little bit different than, I've actually done this with fabric before. I'm looking for a piece that I want. And we are just spiraling out. It's kind of on the order of a geode sort of thing that you get happening in there. But yep, we're quilting. I thought I was going to get away with not telling you that, Barbara. How about that? Okay, so see, now the next one is this one over here, and I'm going to spin because it's easiest. And let's see, we need something different. I want something different. There, oops, that's the same pattern. There we go. Kind of like making a crazy quilt. Yes, ma'am. Kind of like, and actually it's more log cabinish than crazy quilt, but because it's at an angle, and I guess you wouldn't have to fold the edges, but what I really like about this is that the, oops, sorry, is that the folded edges build up this, they, let me see if you can see it. I'm trying to get it to where you can see it. You get this growth that happens with the you are Barbara, that happens with the papers. It gets thicker and it gives it dimension 3D. Thank you, Teresa. I do not know why my words keep disappearing from my brain. Okay, I'm going to have to start using the same patterns again, which is fine. just make sure that when you line up the last one, the next one, that you're lining it up parallel to the piece that's just inside of it. I not oh, there's another piece I didn't use yet. How about that? Another thing I like is to kind of get dark and lights against one another. Different shades, I guess. And you could do this with fabric if you wanted to. It just might be a little more difficult to do such a tiny piece with fabric. Okay, see, my glue did not hold that piece together very well. Either that or I just didn't get enough glue in there. So we're gonna just give it a little more attitude. Okay, I'm on this spot. Let's go for one of these. Oh, that was right there. That's not gonna work. This. Okay, so I'm going to take and make the next round my last go round. And one of the things you want to do and be very careful of with that is that you're sure to glue this outside edge real well. So what I'm talking about is the cut edge. Make sure that you get a good amount of glue on it on this last go round, because it's the one that's holding everything down. Okay. Oops, that's not quite straight. There we go. All right, we need another pattern. Is that one in there? This will do. Thanks, Teresa. It seems to be happening to me a lot lately, though. The words just I'm not happy with that. I don't like that the words are kind of not there. Okay, that previous one was kind of big. It needs a little glue in there. Okay, I'm going to do one more piece right here. All right, which one do I want? I think this one. They're all black and dark gray. They were black. It was black ink, Teresa or Julie. It's black ink, but the problem with the black ink is that it depends on how much ink they put down. So and how much white. This one is about the only one that's really gray. If it's a dense pattern, then it looks darker. If the lines are darker, they're all the black and white envelopes. That much I'll tell you. Okay, so now the next thing is we're going to cut a design in our top piece of paper, and we're going to create a shape on here. And so I need another envelope piece that I can get a chunk of. Gabby, we're going to use this in our Totally Junk journal. This first piece is going to be an embellishment or a tag, because the back of it is going to be white. Yeah, nope, that one's not white. So we might do, well, I might have a different plan for this one then. It's going to, you could write on it. But what we're going to do now, see, I've got a chunk of paper about the same size, about, not exactly. But it could be, we're going to use it in our little Totally Junk journal, and I may put it as an embellishment on the front of my journal. I haven't decided yet, but what I'm planning is an embellishment for this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half. Let me fold it in half white side. You'll be able to see better what I do. Okay, I'm going to cut out a heart. Now I'm not cutting right out to the edge because I want a frame here. Okay, so I now have a frame, right? And I'm going to put this on my paper. I'm going to decide which way I like it best. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to lay completely on the paper is the deal. I can put it wherever I want it. Oh, I kind of like it laid on the paper though. It's kind of offset. The biggest thing is to make sure you cover up all of these outside edges. And I kind of like it like that. So, okay, so when I put my glue on, I'm going to put it on right around the edge. And then about 1/4 of an inch out. We want to put a nice amount of glue. Okay, now here's the thing. I'm not going to glue this down out here because I'm going to cut that off in a little bit. And this is all kind of damp, so we're just going to set it aside for a few minutes and work on another one. Okay. Now you see I covered up everything that had raw edges, and it's just a little folded piece in there. Oh, Karen, that's... Oh, Gabby, that is sweet. Thank you. Holly says thumbs up are free and no enabling. Please hit the thumbs up. Very sweet of you guys. Okay, guys. Okay, so we're gonna deal with this one. We're gonna work on it some more in a few minutes when it's dry. So we're gonna set it aside somewhere, and we're gonna work on a second one. So we may end up having to have a few more strips to cut. I mean, I may have to stop in the middle and cut some strips. We'll see. Oh, sometimes that paper does not fold real well. And this particular stripy one is one of them, and I think it's because of the way the ink is on the paper. The ink changes the quality of the fibers of the paper. So I had a few strips here that weren't folded and weren't glued. So we're going to do that just so that they're ready for us. And then we're going to find another chunk of envelope that we can use. And okay, I lost the yucky off the end of my glue. Yeah. And we're going, this time we're going to do one that has 4 sides and but isn't square. It's going to be sort of is it a trapezoid, guys, that has 4 sides but it's not a square or a rectangle? Okay, yes, okay. These are just ones that weren't folded in half. And so I'm just getting them folded in half and stuck down so that we can use them. If we may have to stop and make some more, but okay, this ought to give us a nice piece. Let's see what we got here for the background. Yeah, it did. Okay. Now, again, I don't want any double layer stuff, so I'm just cutting that off. Any place where it's not just single layer. If I cut this in half, I can use the second piece for my topping piece. So we'll just put that aside. Okay, so now this one, we're going to start it again with some small pieces. And I am going to make it 4-sided, but I am not going to make it square, really. It's going to have some angles on it, just because if you want to make your square, please go ahead and make it square. I'm just looking for little short pieces. And this one, Gabby, we're actually going to use to make a pocket. Rhomboid. Thank you, Denise. Yeah, and there's no parallel sides in this one, so it would all depend on okay, that one. I'm just looking for another short piece, just so I don't waste too many of them. I'll show it to you in just a second. Okay, now if you can see this, you see it's just, now if you want to make a square, make a square. It's totally up to you. If you want to make another 3-sided one, make another 3-sided one. But this one, I'm going to make just like this, and I am going to, again, spiral around. So each time I lay a piece down, I'm going to spiral around. I do want to, what do I want to say? I do want to start making sure that my piece covers up the last one. So I'm going to start doing my measure with my scissors thing. And again, my parallel line matches the previous parallel line that's in there. And I didn't cut the center ones very short, so they're going to stick out a little bit. Not a big deal. can finally use this one. I like this one. I want to use it in my design as well as under my design. Oh, see, now that one just, I didn't get glue on it or something. There we go. We're just going to glue it down. Not a big deal. Let's see here. Need some more of this. But just like Barbara said, we were quilting, and we're quilting with paper. We did that last time when we worked on our covers. We did a bunch of little quilted pieces. Anytime that you're doing something and you sort of run out of a visual idea for something, don't just look at paper. Look at quilting, look at knitting, look at other things and see where the designs can take you. Uh-oh, Susan says here comes a headache. Oh, Denise is leaving. Bye, Denise. Sorry, she's probably gone already. I didn't look up soon enough. Another thing you can do is reuse the same patterns, and you could make it spiral even more by using the same color or pattern for a whole spin, or that kind of thing. There's all kinds of things you could do with this. I mean, and embellishments galore with this kind of thing. Tanya is not a rhombus either. No parallel lines. Must check for. Oh, okay. You're kidding about the headache. I'm not sure what it is. But it's not a rectangle. It's not a square. So, but it has four sides. So a four-sided structure. There we go. That's what it is. It's a four-sided shape. So, okay. I think this needs to be just a little bigger. Yeah, just a little bigger. Not a lot, just a little. Okay, what do we got that we can use? Let's use this one. A shack. There we go. A mess. There you go, Holly. Yes, okay. Uh-huh. Yep. That's very true, Miss Holly. Uh-huh. All right, let's get another one on here and there, and then I think we'll stop. So, what do we want on there? Okay, that'll do. Okay, and one over here. That'll do. Let's use a wider one though, just to, yeah, just to finish it out a little better. Thank you very much, Lisa. A four-sided figure with no parallel sides is a trapezium, but it is also an irregular four-sided polygon, tetragon, quadrilateral, or quadrangle. So tiniest is a polygon that doesn't fit into other subcategories. I like math. Oh dear. Well, you could. All I know is it has four sides and it's not a square. So there you go. But Lisa just pulled it up, and she probably asked Hannah, who hates math, and Hannah probably knew the answer. Either that or her headache just popped it into her brain. Okay, so now what we're going to do with this one is we're going to be a little more careful with how we put our design in it. I am going to take this piece and I'm going to cut, this time I'm going to cut sort of a oval circle kind of thing in it, just because that's, you know, I can't cut a perfect circle. I could, if I wanted to, use my puncher. Okay, but I'm not going to. I'm going to just cut it by hand. And I'm not going to cut close to the edges. I want to have a fair amount. I can always cut out a little more. So I'm going to cut a small one, and then I'm going to go in there and cut it out a little more. And I kind of want it irregular. I just kind of didn't want it. That's too small. But see, this time what I want to do is I want to line these two pieces together. Okay. Now I could have made my heart do that, but I didn't. I just chose to stick it on there whichever way I wanted to have it on there. Okay, I like it. All right, now with this one, we're going to put glue very carefully around the circle. And a little 1/4 of an inch out, because remember, we're gluing all those little pieces in there. And now we're going to glue everywhere, but we're going to get along the edges pretty good. Now, this way you could make a tag. This could be a tag instead of an embellishment or a pocket, what I'm going to do with it. We could have put this onto some cardboard and made a heavy cover for something. Okay. Now, like I said, this glue leaves things damp, so we're going to just set that aside for a minute. And we're going to bring back our I'm brave because I'm cutting a circle out. Something similar as iris folding. Gabby, it could be. I'm not familiar with iris folding, but it could very well be. I'd have to look that up later. Just find my pen. Okay, Teresa, and at 5 o'clock, there will actually be a standalone video too. For all of you who've come in late, this portion, making these things, is part of our Totally Junk Journal, and I am doing standalone actual videos, and I zoomed in really close. So if you're having troubles with this, that video will be posted at 5 o'clock Central Time this afternoon. It will be in the playlist, and it might make it easier than rewatching this. I did, however, forget to zoom back out, so I apologize. There's a few things you can't see very well. Okay, so now there is the edge of my heart. I'm going to take my scissors and I am going to go, about 3/8 inch of an inch away from that edge and cut it out. Now this gets thick, so I am going to get rid of some of it every so often. This is thick enough, it can stand alone as a tag all by itself. This one's got some writing on the back of it, and you can see all my glue's not dry yet. Let's see if this one is okay. And I'm just gonna do some little pretend stitching. On it. I think I'm going to need some new Posca pens here. This batch is starting to wear out a little. The tips are worn. Okay. All right. So now I have a little tag, a little embellishment. I can put that on here if I wanted to embellish it. I could create a little pocket or tuck space. I could just put it in there and just glue it on right here and there, and it would be a pocket, little tuck. I could just, glue it along one side and tuck things in behind it. I could put it on here and embellish. That one doesn't show up very much. It shows up better over here. It's fun to put this kind of thing on. Come on, where's it at? On this kind of a page. It doesn't really show up a lot. Oops, I'm almost not in frame. Sorry, guys. It would be better on a page that it shows up better on. But it'll be cute to tuck in my little window pocket. Let me see where else I could put it. It shows up pretty nice on the cover for some reason. So, that's a cute little embellishment or a tag, okay? Or a pocket or whatever you want. And it's heart-shaped. Now, there's a lot of shapes, guys. You could make something that was round. You could make it tag-shaped. You could do whatever you want to with it. But now we have this one, and it's still a bit damp, but we're going to trim it anyways. So this one is, it would make a perfect little tag. Okay. I'm just going to need to trim it. Now, if you have to use your trimmer instead of scissors, you need to make sure this little guy is dry, because it will just tear up wet like this. I'm just squaring it up. It's kind of not square, but I can work on it. Here. This side did not get squared. There we go. It's close. It's not quite right. And okay, so here's one of the things. This back side is still sticking out. I'm going to trim more of this off on this side. I want the two pieces to be whole, front and back, so that it's a little sturdier, because I'm going to actually use this for a tuck spot. Now, I have to decide which corner I'm going to cut off, because I'm going to round it a little bit. I'm looking for the envelope. I want to cover something up. Okay. Okay, you see this? That envelope, that, you know, it's just kind of there. So if I put this on here, like so, as a tuck spot, I've covered it up. Now I could move it over there. I could put it on this way and make it a whole pocket. I kind of like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to trim it just a little more, because it's just a little too wide. You don't want your pocket to be clear down here into the spine. If it is, you will get way too much bulk out of it. So since I'm going to glue it on this side and the bottom, I'm going to round this top part. And the reason I'm rounding it is to kind of go with the this. Okay. Pin. We're going to do some faux stitching around it. Now here's the thing. If you wanted to do this kind of an embellishment, think about how fun it would be to do with book paper. And then actually stitch around it with your sewing machine, or put in faux stitching like I'm doing here. Not this one, but the idea over a window. Okay, wonder how it would look over the window of the envelope, just to give a peek inside. You not have the bottom. You'd have to not have the bottom piece. I'm thinking about how you said that, Susan. I'm not sure exactly. You mean you wouldn't have, you'd have to have not the back piece, or have a circular piece, have a cutout on the back as well. That, I think that might be what you're saying, is where it would show from both directions. I think I understand what you're talking about, Susan. It would be cool, but it'd be a little harder to put together, I think, because you're going to have, each piece that's folded is going to have to be wider so that the whole thing can be seen from both sides, because my edges would show if I did that. Just do the decoration around the window and then come in. Yes. You would have to make, as you did your window, you'd have to make your strips, each one cover, and you'd have to start from the outside and work in. Good night, Julie. Okay. Yeah, you could build it right on the window. Yes. And then just cover it up on one side. That would be cool, because then the window, you would see it from the back side. Here's the thing, it wouldn't show from this side very much, because it would you would probably just want to cover it up with something. It would look like this, but the back side would still have to be covered with something, because as you put the strips in, you're covering up the design from the other side. Let's I'm just gonna, we'll just experiment, won't we? Okay. Start up some. Susan, if I start up some, even if I started with bigger pieces, if you're trying to tell me to start in the middle and work out the way I did before, it's not going to work, because each time I work out, see, all I'm going to see is the bottom of that piece. If I, okay, let me just pin them in here. That's what I was going to do. Oh, I'm going to have another one. I don't have a lot of different colors, but that's all right. We can still see what's going to happen. We don't care about the back. We'll make a pocket out of it. Yeah. But see, you have to start from the outside and work in. Okay. You have to start from the outside and work in, because otherwise you see the raw edges. If you start up and come down, you see the raw edges. But if I started the other way, and I start at the bottom, and I work up, oops, I got that piece upside down, see? Then I would get only if you look there, you didn't look at the back of the other ones. No, I'm talking about what you see through the window, Susan. Yes, Kathy, I think that it would look really cool if you worked on the back of a window. If you guys will, but the thing of it is, Susan, you still have to start, you have to start opposite when you're working on something clear, because otherwise you see the raw edges. That's the deal. Because if I start at the top, okay, if I start in the middle, let me find a couple that have raw edges. There we go. This one, this one. Okay. And I work down on the clear. When I turn it over, I see the raw edges. But if you start at the outside and work in, it would look really cool. So give me a minute. We'll make one. I still got a little bit. Let me get this glued down so that it can be drying. And we will make one. I want my art glitter glue though. Okay. Because it'd make it cool. It would make a cool something. It would be cool. Okay. Let's. Okay, let's set this aside. Okay, this is a good window. Yes, you could. If you use something two-sided, Lisa, it would work perfect. And yes, if you didn't have any raw edges, you could work from the middle out, but there's no reason you can't work from the bottom up or, okay. We got to have some more strips. Here we go. Here's a few. If you worked from the bottom up, Okay. First, the very first piece is we don't want to have glue on our plastic. So we're going to glue them out here on the edges. See, that's not going to work. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Okay. Let's just get rid of that piece. Okay, we're going to glue this one right here. And this one over here. And that one. So, oops. And yes, Lisa, I think if you didn't have raw edges the way I have raw edges, then and you could cut your strips more neatly, and you wouldn't have that. Okay, now we can start gluing this edge to the previous one. See, we can just glue it along the raw edge and not glue it along the folded edge. Is that going to be long enough? Can I get that on there? Nope. And guys, I haven't looked up to look at chat. Sorry. Now, if I was, I'm just, you know, doing a rough thing here, so I'm not gluing very carefully. Just FYI. You need to be a little more careful with your glue if you want it to stay together. Okay. Now see what's happening? It works perfect if you glue from the outside in. Okay, honey, go lay down. Feel better. Yeah, there's so many things you could do to make it work. It's just you got to think about where it's all going to go and how much trouble it's going to be worth. But if you glue from the outside in, the same strips work, and that's really cool. Then it's in a window. And then all you have to do is glue it on a backing. Okay, you know what else? This would be fun. Let's I'm sure we have an image. Okay, well, oh, here we go. You could glue it like that. That's really cool. This is That's really cool. You could put an image in there. You could put, what is sliding on the floor? Oh, that would be cool. Look at there. There's, I have a, I know I have, I have butterflies and flowers somewhere. Let's see if I can find them. Or a napkin image. Yeah, that would be really cool with a napkin image in there. There's a seahorse in there. Building it from the outside in works perfectly. Oh yeah, he'd show up better if he were white. Let's see if I've got something white. I just grabbed something. It was just, I'm not going to put him in there. I'm just, here, there's a better image that would show up. But working from the inside out would be a little more difficult. Working from the outside in is very easy. And if you were careful when you cut your strips, it wouldn't have to be folded or doubled. So, do y'all want to do this kind of thing with these windows next week? Let me experiment some more and have some ideas, and we'll use the windows and play with this next week, or do you want me to do something different? Because I can experiment with making it a yes from you, Susan. Okay, because frankly, this one, one of the one of the reasons I did it with folded paper on this was because I wanted the dimensionality. Okay, this dimensionality with it doesn't happen with a single sheet. Okay, the thing of it is when you're putting it behind the window, that dimensionality is kind of gone anyways. You know, so and this would make a fun tag. I'm wondering about I'm thinking, sorry, that It's a but see now, if we turn it into a tag, we're not really doing that much different just because we put the window on it, right? What I'm saying is there's not really a good reason to do it behind this. Okay, so, but it doesn't change it much to put it on. If I just stick it down, I kind of question why the window's there. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just tired. I don't know. Okay, Susan was, okay, that's, I was thinking to put it on the outside of the window with the dimensionality and closing the envelope or not cutting it open to begin with. Okay, so let me get this out of the way. What you're thinking is to put it like, give me just a second. I got to get some of this mess off of here. To put it on this envelope like so, so that then, where did my little heart go? It got up and left. Whatever we put inside showed. Is that what you're thinking? Yes, I just have, I have raggedy edges, but I could cover it up with something. I could put it between two windows. Like if you put it between two windows, then you have this cute design, and then you put it, you can put something in it. That would work. We could put it between two windows, like put this on here, and then you would see it from, well, here's the problem. I've got to put it on there. I would have to have something double-sided. I would just have to be very, very careful how I folded the papers. Like Lisa said, if we glued two pieces of two pieces together, totally confused now? Okay, well, so am I, Mina. First off, we would have to have two windows exactly the same size. But when we glued them together with the pattern in between, then we would have this window well, Mina, I promise if I decide to do something, I'll have it figured out a little bit better. That may not happen for next week, but I can see where it might be cool, but we will have to use something double-sided and or something when it's folded is accurate on the edges. Because no matter what you do, the back side shows the edges. So I'll have to think about it. For the time being, let's take a peek at what we did today. Because we may have to put a binding on our quilt. Yeah. I still didn't do any decorating to my cover. I just put the pieces on there, and that needs to have something done to it. The other thing is, guys, I'm thinking about, and I don't think I talked to you about it because I was off and didn't really. I'm thinking about using a big paper bag for the complete cover. You know, this is just a signature cover. And we're going to want our outside cover to wrap around a little bit to hold all of this stuffs in, because if we don't, I can guarantee it will be all over. It gets that way. So I'm thinking about a big paper bag. So try to find a nice big brown paper bag. To have for down the road. Okay. Not right away, because we're going to make another signature soon. I'm going to leave a lot of white space in this. We may do some decorating of little things here just to finish this up. We of course need more tags, that's for sure, because my envelope and stuff does not have any tags in it. This doesn't have any tags in it, so we're going to need more tags. I've lost my little heart. Again, I've lost my little heart. Oh, I put it in here. There we go. Put that one right in there. So we have, this is our signature cover, which we haven't finished, and maybe we'll do that next week. I don't know. This one's just white. I probably want to cover that up just a little bit, just because it's kind of ugly. I'm going to leave a lot of white space. I need to add a few tags. Might do some kind of decoration. I could have used my little heart as a decoration on that page. That would have been cute. I could have just, you know, decorated that. So that's a good place for it. Might want to do, we might decorate some little stuffs. I think that needs some kind of little border, so we'll probably do something to that. And you can put the border on a white page. It's not a big deal. But then we're going to move on and make another signature. And when we do that, eventually we're going to need a book that holds it all. Yeah, I'll make a piece that that wraps around. I don't know that I'll probably make this where I sew the signatures together and then elastic them in. The plan was to do something like on order of a traveler's notebook. And the envelopes themselves are most of the time very close to traveler's notebook size. But I wanted the signature cover to be a little bigger because we have stuff that sticks out, like our borders, this border here and things. So that hence the size. So we did that. We made our little zine, which I'm pleased with. I think it came out real cute. My drawing wasn't terrible, it just took a while. And there you go, Mina. And don't rush to get it. Don't rush, because I'm not going to do that right away by any means. Where's my little journal here? There's my little journal. And we did a page in our little journal. There's this page right here. And I'm going to go. I've been here 3 hours and 55 minutes. So, like I said, the today's Totally Junk Journal stuff that we did will come up on an individual video at 5 o'clock. So that's only about an hour away, but it's shorter and might be easier to follow. Oh, Kathy, we're a little late. Do you want to know which page we did today? Thank you guys for coming. I just really appreciate that. I'm glad you had fun. But Kathy, what we did, I'll just tell you. This is the center stitch line down our journal. And you turn one page, and the very next page, it was painty paper. Nope, you're done. Okay. Oh, I didn't see you come in, Kathy. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're done. Thank you very much. I'm glad you were just quiet because you were working. So anyways, guys, you guys have a great night. And remember that Lisa will be on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And then Tuesday and Thursday, we will be on at 2 p.m. in the afternoon working on our napkin journal. And this week it's on my channel. So we'll be here at 2 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday afternoon on my channel. You guys have a great night. Bye-bye.